Yo, what is poppin', my 420 army? It is your boy, the mighty Liam 420, and we're finally bringing back some of the series from the old channels. So this is probably one that a lot of people, I don't know how many views this one got, but that is going to be bad movie rewrites. Or basically I rewrite films that were successful at the box office and they have to have been theatrically released, or technically, or maybe just any bad movie in general. Technically, if what I consider it, from my opinion. But either way, we are going to start with episode 1 like we did before. It's going to be the same order as the old channel. So episode 1 is Cars 2. Yep, we're starting with Cars 2 like we did before. And yep, I don't know, I even had the Cars 2 video game, which was more fun to play despite how shitty this movie was. They have the same cover art, surprisingly. Which is kind of funny. But, oh fuck. I get my document open. Yes, I wrote a script so that way I wouldn't forget it. Because this is like one of those things where it's like, you really need a goddamn script. Even like with the lore videos and stuff. So basically we're gonna change this. I basically changed up how shitty it is, got rid of the whole spy plot. Like basically the film opens with Leland Turbo voiced by Jason Isaacs on the oil rig. They're not a spy crew. They're now a heist crew. Yeah, heists, because that would be more fun than spies. Or technically they are kind of spies, but they just don't do stupid. But they're just not completely lousy. They are more smart here. But unfortunately, Leland Turbo gets captured and he's crushed. So Finn McMissile is not voiced by Michael Caine. He does not. Basically, he heads to the oil rig with Krabby the Boat, voiced by fuck, I forget I don't know the name of the guy, but I'm not gonna go through all the main actors, that'd be totally ridiculous. But either way, Finn McMissile, like, changed a bad movie rewrite. He is not by himself. He's accompanied by the 4 tuners, Wingo, Snot Rod, DJ, and Boost. And yeah, I'm kind of just throwing up images from the video game. I'll probably do that. Throw up some images from the video game, and then yeah, but basically, and then 2 other guys. It doesn't matter what the other two guys' names are. Or how many he has. I just put Hugh and Smitty because why not? Because we gotta name these guys. You can't just have 2 nameless dudes in the crew. And I decided to put the tuners in because tuners are my favorite Cars characters. That's how you rewrite a script. That's how I make Cars 2 good. They're still stopped by Tony Tryhall. They still sneak onto him, and then they head to the oil rig. Which, I mean, I don't know if I'm pretty sure even though the oil rigs do have flames on them, they do have it a safe distance, so that way the whole oil rig can just burn up, and that'd just be bad. Because, well, I don't know. I don't work at a oil rig, well, I mean, or what they do, or if oil rigs have flames like that in real life, but yeah, someone let me know that in the comments. And yeah, and here's some bullshit that happens when they're spying on the camera. Professor Z, voiced by Thomas Krenchman, comes in, and he sees this camera, which I don't know how to do it. Like, see, I'm trying to keep the plot the same with these, so that way the film is still good, but I don't know how to work around this goddamn camera. You'll see it later. But anyway, and then Finn just shoots himself like directly above. It's like, dude, you already had crystal clear audio from where you were. Why'd you even feel the need to do that? And it just gets him spotted, because of course it does. Because just if he sees Leland Turbo Cube, make it like, no, I make it where they just stay there, and then when they see him, they accidentally like, oh god, and then they accidentally knock stuff over, and then Professor Z is like, what the hell was that noise? And then he just looks up, and he just backs up, sees them, or has everyone killed them, they start driving. Like, how were they all split up, and it's like, ooh, they're being chased everywhere. And, I can't remember what I gave the tuners for... I know I gave the tuners weapons. Snot Rod had like an energy leech. And Wingo, he had an energy leech too. An impact mine on the back. Machine guns on the side. Are like rear motors that he'd shoot out on the back. Yeah, I'm trying to remember their weapons because it's kind of hazy. DJ, I know I gave him like missile launcher and his speaker system. Wingo has the weapons in his doors, and they're kind of hidden. I'll put a full description down below of the new tuner weapons. DJ had oil slick coming from his speaker system, missiles from this. Oh god! And then he has like a tracking laser and a spy screen in the front. Boost had like a machine gun on one side, missile launcher on the other. Can't remember if he had anything on the roof. But he had like a satellite laser he shot out. I know this is my personal stuff. I'll put it in the description so it's like how I would give the tuners their weapons. But yeah. And for the other two unnamed guys, Hugh and Smitty, that we'll call them, I mean, they're just optional. I threw them in there, have the crew balanced, kind of. But they all transform into hydrofoils. All 5 of them, all the tuners have hydrofoil and submarine mode, by the way. And they start driving. And I actually have it like, well, we see in the first cars, Wingo had like shades down that covered up his windshield. Those could also work as goggles too. I think DJ and Boost have those as well. Well, we just don't actually see it working with them. But we do see it work with Wingo. But make it where they do fake their deaths and they escape. Even though, well, they could have gone stealth all the way up to the rig, but it's like, well, they just need to get, like, find a way to, like, get there, because obviously Leon Turbo didn't have enough info, but yeah, I don't get how cars, like, they would still need to breathe underwater, but obviously, even though it's like, see, people hate this movie because it focuses way too much on Mater, so that's why I tried to make Mater more serious. He's still, like, this is still the same, basically. I would still keep that stuff where he's having his fun with lightning. Until the Wheelwell Motel, when the Mel Dorado show comes on, and then when Miles Axelrod shows up on there, he's running a World Grand Prix, but it's like, no, I think they need the World Grand Prix for this movie to happen. If Axelrod decided to show it through like something else, like YouTube, I don't know, or I think like social media exists in the Cars universe, but they just have it like car-fied names, so we wouldn't have this movie if Axelrod decided to show what All in All did there. And Mater's still talking to Francesco Bernoulli, but then Chick Hicks calls in. Yay, because Chick did not come back in Cars 2, but it's like he was in the Cars 2 video game, so that's why I kind of just... It's like, Liam, did you just shoehorn in Chick and the Tuners because they were in the Cars 2 video game, but not in the movie? It's like... Kind of, because... Again, I don't know, like when I did a breakdown on the first Cars and why it was my favorite childhood movie, and now it became a film that I never watch unless I absolutely have to, which you can go check that out. But I kind of changed it where Grem and Acer. Grem's voiced by Joe Mantegna, who's also Fat Tony on The Simpsons. Peter Jacobson is Acer. Change it to Grem, who fucks up Francesco Bernoulli's name and calls him Mr. San Francisco. It's like, why the fuck not? Because you're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, you're changing everything. So both Lightning and Chick are racing the World Grand Prix. Tokyo Welcome Party is still pretty much the same, except Lightning just hangs out with Jeff Corbett and Lewis Hamilton the whole time, while Chick goes to talk to Francesco because they're kind of engineering the plan. And when all the racers are called out, I mean, I kind of want... Okay, the wasabi scene, I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments what you do with the wasabi scene, where Mater eats that wasabi ice cream. Would you keep it or get rid of it? Oh god, that's kind of a tough question, but obviously when Holly Schiffwell shows up at the Tokyo Welcome Party to meet Finn McMissile, and technically because this is the Liam 420 rewrite of Cars 2, the tuners, and the rest, the whole crew. Okay, I'm gonna get my document open. Okay. Yeah, they're seeing some attractions in Tokyo. He sees Mater going around. Okay, oh yeah, because I put it in the document. This is why I'm avoiding my document, so that way I don't lose track. But basically, Lightning sees Mater. He's like, hey, can you get me, Jeff, and Lewis some drinks? And that's when Mater decides, sure, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm trying to make Mater more serious here. And then, obviously, that's where it gets the wasabi part. Holly, eventually, I don't know. And Rod Torque Redline, voiced by Bruce Campbell. I kind of wrote a version, or technically, you could keep the wasabi scene just to get Mater in the bathroom, but make sure, okay, even though he doesn't speak Japanese, he just kind of pokes. Okay, how is it even possible for a car, like, I don't know, for a human it'd be easy, you could just poke in, are there any girls in here or any boys? So that way Mater can easily tell what the men's room and girls' bathroom are. Yeah, we're gonna keep the wasabi scene, just so we can get him in there. And Rod Torque Redline shows up, he's getting attacked by Grub and Acer. But they still try to send... So, but then instead of trying to send Holly, they send DJ and one of the unnamed guys, Smitty. And they actually managed to get Rod the fuck out of there. So, yeah. Make it an alternate version where Rod Torque Redline survived. It's my rewrite of Cars 2, I can tell it the way I want it. You're probably thinking, yay, a version of Cars 2 where Rod Torque Redline doesn't die. That's cool. It's like, yeah, I mean, they still release. Well, Rod has been released since 2011, but because Rod Torque Redline is in the Cars 2 video game on PS3 and Xbox 360 version, but whatever. Make the World Grand Prix longer, for fuck's sake. So basically, that whole scene where Rod Torque Redline is killed before the first race, completely scrapped. So, but then you're probably wondering, okay, but what about them showing how the camera works? This is, I don't know how to work this damn camera thing. This camera bullshit. You'll see it here in the first race. We'll try. There's 12 racers, and basically Chick just attaches himself to Francesco. Spoiler, I don't have any of my Cars toys anymore because I get them all away. So basically, Francesco's driving backwards while Chick, and even Chick has weapons too. I'll put his weapons in the description. He drives straight for first place and flips around so Francesco can lead while he holds off the other racer. It's like, yeah, that was basically part of Axelrod's plan. Have Chick participate in the race just so he can... You demonstrate your all-in-all stuff. You try to have all-in-all fail through Chick. Yeah, because what do you think? Lightning and Chick are like the ultimate enemy combo. At least until we know Cars 3 where Chick quit racing the Piston Cup guys on TV show. Okay. Okay, now when we get to the part where Miguel Camino gets zapped by the Lemons machine, there's gotta be some way you can figure it out, because I think an EMP, because that camera was an EMP device. It's like, how the fuck does it only work on cars with all-in-all? It's like, yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense. Like, maybe try to make it where, I don't know science. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know how this stuff works. Or even like the dancing milk. No, dancing milk, that's the Big Bang Theory. I don't know, it's like, they never had anything on that show that involved frying liquid. I gotta figure out how to fry liquid, and I'll probably update the document. Or let me know in the comments how you would fix this all-in-all EMP stuff, because obviously I want all-in-all to stay, keep the plot the same. But Rip Clutch Ganask and Max Chanel do not get zapped during this race either. So basically, and make it where Mater still gets the device from Rod, but just so they can bring him along. And have it where Mater takes his headset off before he leaves the pits, so that way he doesn't fuck Lightning up. And that Lightning losing the race is from Chick shooting at him. That makes more sense. And the Lemons are still fighting the Tokyo back alley. They'd probably still keep the part where Fennec Missile sprays Acer and Pity Pacer with a fire extinguisher, and Pity Pacer would still get arrested. But there's just more Lemons pouring into the alleys with Finn and his entire crew. Well, actually just boost DJ and Snot Rod and Q, while Smitty and Wingo stay with Holly. And yeah. And obviously, Lightning comes in third. And then after they get through that, Lightning goes to talk to Mater. It's like, where the heck did you go? It's like, oh, I got a new job. It's like, what? That's ridiculous. It's like, nope, chick fucked me. It's like, you'll see it a little later. But when we get to the race at the airport, yes, there's a race at Tokyo Airport. There's 9 tracks now. And then Chick literally just pulls out a tracking laser right from the get-go and blasts Lightning, which causes him to fall in the last. Because, yeah. Because what do you think? Chick is just a fucking cunt. And Mater slips out halfway through the race to meet with the crew, and they're tasked to go into a warehouse with gasoline files. Basically put files to figure out how it's... Oh, right, I completely forgot to put this in the document. They try to figure out how Axelrod and Professor Z managed... Okay, I just gave away a spoiler. Well, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. But, yes, Axelrod is working with Professor Z this whole time. Because I feel like a lot of you have seen this movie and you already know. They get the files, so then... Wingo, Holly, Smitty go to the warehouse and scan for files what is inside the all-in-all. And back at the race, Carla Veloso, she gets zapped by Lemon's machine here instead of the Porta Corsa race, and Chick shoots Jeff Gorbat's wheels, causing him to turn and slam into Carla as he goes up the ramp and misses the jump he was trying to make. And Lightning finishes in 4th in this race behind Miguel Camino. Yes, Miguel Camino can race again now. Mater finds the files and reaches the race before Lightning tells him to go on and do his thing. And that eventually leads to Grem, Acer, and a couple of lemons chasing Mater, Finn, and his partner to the airport, and they escape. You could sickly still have Lightning be like, holy shit, Mater wasn't joking this whole time. Instead of when he reads the letter and Lightning's like, I didn't really want him to leave. Yes, you did, retard! You said you didn't want his help. Yeah, that's how shitty this film is. Because I even watched Cars on the Road, that recent Cars on the Road episode where Mater and Lightning were actually arguing with each other, and Mater was actually being pretty aggressive towards Lightning. It's like, wow, I've never seen Mater act that aggressive before. But obviously it's not the type of aggressive for that you would see on like the 420 channel, where it's like you punch or beat them up or call them a cunt or a retard or a faggot or a... Because it's a kids movie, you gotta keep it family friendly, not just do full Grand Theft Auto stuff. Even though we're kind of doing Grand Theft Auto on this thing, but still try to keep it family friendly in a way. So the third race is in China. Mater and the others investigate to see a plane about to head out with more all-in-all samples, but Wingo, Finn, and Rod Torque Redline sneak on board and destroy the plane to get the samples. So it's like, okay, this is kind of similar. Yeah. Yep, that's how you do spy stuff. And at the race, Max Chanel has his engine blow by the camera while Chick continues to play dirty with his weapons and even makes Lightning fall down to 5th and finishing that. Yep, it's just more Chick shooting everybody. Track 4 in Canada, because I just wanted to throw in my home country, because yes, if you're new to this channel, I am Canadian. So anyways, no cars get zapped by the Lemons machine, but Chick does cause a ton of cars to have a pit stop from shooting at them, and Mater and the heist... I even put heist crew members in the document. They steal scanners to track down Lemons as they begin to close in on the race. It's like, yeah. So they steal scanners, which is in like a warehouse. It's like, ooh, now this is some spy stuff that should have been in this movie. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what a spy is supposed to do. Because obviously none of this. So then, Track 5 USA. The United States, Rip Clutch Ganas gets hit by Lemon's camera while Chick drops some mines and nearly causes the racers to fly off the course. Lightning falls in 5th and finishes in that position again. Oh, Lightning comes in 3rd in Canada. Yeah, I forgot to read that. Lightning comes 3rd in Canada, 4th in the US. Yeah. So basically, this whole time is... So basically, yes, that's why I decided to make it where Lightning is losing the races because of Chick shooting at him and not Mater giving him false directions. Honestly, I would totally watch the shit out of this Cars 2. I mean, you'd probably agree with me on some parts, or some parts it's like, no. So then... That's when they all fly out. Finn takes some pictures of some lemon cars near the course to figure out why they're doing before taking their jet Sidley to Paris to meet Tomber. Yeah, make it where Sidley doesn't show up here till here, because obviously that whole airport chase would be like, ah! Yeah. Or even try to beef up some other smaller lemons like Petrov, Trunkov. I think he was supposed to be in there in place to grab. Actually, we'll make it where Professor Z has 3 minions all working together and have Petrov working with Gravinator at the camera. I might have to put that. I might put some of this in the document so that you can read it and be like, ah, that would be a totally cool Cars 2. And yeah, because they released Petrov in the diecast line. Track 6, Paris. They fly there to meet Tomber or Tombe, however the fuck you pronounce his name. Nigel Gearsley gets zapped by the camera. Lightning comes in third again. They track down Tomber and he analyzes the photos that Finn took and says there's a meeting taking place in an unknown location. Okay, obviously in the real film he knows it's in Porto Corsa. The iPad keeps dinging over there, but... Okay, I'm not sure about the whole Tomber chase scene. Like, I don't know if it's pointless or if it's just action-filled. Or what? And like, how does he have binocular vision? That's what I don't get. But anyway, then it's up to Wingo to crack everything, and he figures out, holy shit, this means in Porto Corsa. So then they're in Porto Corsa. Lightning misses Mater. He's already missing Mater from doing all that heist work, and Chick sends Francesco to talk to him before the race starts. Yeah, just to have this picture, like here at the back. Not sure if you can... Where the fuck is it? Right there. Yeah, just why not throw that in there. Because then... Before the race starts, because then, of course... Holly puts on a cherry blossom disguise. They threw it in there because it was in the Cars 2 video game. It's like, you had a missed opportunity. Or maybe I might have it where, I don't know. If it's like a holographic disguise or if it involves Wingo like spray painting her to look like that. But yeah, some stuff is not like really sure about, but just throwing it in there anyway. But obviously Eve on the tow truck. Oh yeah, by the way, that scene where they're still on the spy train, obviously Lightning talking with Uncle Topolino is still kind of different, but it's like, I still miss Mater. It's just, why did he have to go on a quest? Yeah, some stuff would be kind of same, kind of different. That's the stuff that's slightly changed. And obviously all those other Mater disguises, like Mater Hosen, Dracula, Taco Truck, and Dragstar Mater, he could still keep those, but... Obviously, Mater throws on the Eve on disguise. He heads in. And by the way, that, like, where they're still taking the sights in Tokyo, that could technically stay, but whatever. Either way. Once they get Mater inside, he starts toying Victor Hugo, who's the head of the Hugo family. And then they watch outside as Professor Z enters the meeting. And all the other lemon heads too. Vladimir Trunkov, Tubbs Pacer, and J. Kirby Gremlin are there, obviously. And change this scene. Okay, in the actual Cars 2 movie, Axelrod calls everyone through a video phone. It's like, no. Why did he use that if he didn't want to be seen? Make it where he talks through an oleoscope a pure audio channel, which just has an oleoscope viewer. Every time he talks, the things move. A regular telephone could also work, but I don't know how you put that shit on speakerphone. Unless you're like trying to replicate that episode of Okay, I don't even think this episode of South Park could air at the time where he's like talking into the phone like this and he has it on speaker. But obviously... And Finn does not does not try to take out the camera head on. Holly and Finn, they set up a plan as they see Shu Todoroki get zapped by it and Chick begins shooting to cause a bunch of crashing. Yes, the Illy race crash is still caused from Shu getting his engine zapped. But Chick also shoots at a bunch of people and nobody even cares that Chick is shooting everyone. It's like, yeah, because apparently his shooting at everyone is so hidden that it doesn't even get caught. I forgot to mention that. It's like, no, that just makes his plot even worse. Nope. Instead, Raul Cerul gets damaged with Nigel Gearsley and they accidentally hit Francesco, but he still manages to get first, automatically making Chick get second. Every single race has been the same. Francesco first, Chick in second. It's like, wow. And Lightning is still sucking ass because he keeps falling in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions. By the way, Italy here, he falls in 5th. This is in the, I kind of changed this too because after, like, what makes no sense, it's like, in the actual Cars 2 movie, Lightning finishes first in Porto Corsa, and that's why the writers, like, completely just botched that in Cars 3. It's like, he beat all the World Grand Prix races, but he can't beat the Army Hammer Bugatti racer dude in Cars 3. It's like, yeah, that's why Cars 3 is just a total clusterfuck. And that's why they pretty much ruined the Cars franchise with Cars 3. Maybe I'll tackle Cars 3, maybe I won't. But either way, they realize Axelrod still decides to continue using all in all, but Lightning decides to use it anyway, and Mater escapes after blowing his cover and catches up with Finn and the others while trying to warn Lightning, but is unable to before Professor Z follows. But don't worry, he gets away. The Lemons do catch up, but they manage to escape. And Track 8, that makes no sense how they were able to swap out Yvonne in place of Mater in a large crowd area. But Track 8 is in Ireland. Finn, Holly, Smitty, Wingo, DJ, Snot Rod, Boost, Rod, Torque, Redline, and Mater all go over to fight with the Lemons while also destroying the camera before it can kill Lightning, and they overpower the Lemons too, but they're all knocked out. Yes, they try to kill Lightning with the camera, but change it to where it gets destroyed. That would make totally better sense instead of what they actually did. The camera gets destroyed. That would make a totally better instead of what actually happened. Instead of just pulling something out of nowhere. So they're knocked up. They still wake up inside Big Bentley at Track 9 in the UK. Oh, no, wait, fuck. They saved Mater from a junkyard that would crush him. So Big Bentley's totally axed. Only Mater's knocked out. Fuck, forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't read this document through before recording this, so... But either way, Mater heads to the pits after Gravitas revealed that Lightning's pit has a bomb in it. Mater warns everyone and also notices that Sally, Red, Flo, and Ramon are there too. And Finn tells Mater the second bomb is air filter and he blasts away with Lightning chasing him. Professor Z would still technically try to blow him up because obviously, I actually technically have Chick in charge. I actually have Professor in charge of the bomb in the pits and then Chick in charge of the bomb on Mater. But unfortunately the bomb fails to kill everyone in the pits. And Chick realizes what's going on. And the race got suspended too. I did find that out. So that's why nobody finished it. So Chick just abandons Francesco. Francesco is like, you rigged, so you were part of an evil organization that rigged this competition. It's like, yep, so... It's like, yeah, then there'd be so much speculation. So it's like, or would that be kind of doomed because you pretty much, okay, or would that be kind of doomed? It's like, you already know that Chick is going to betray Francesco at some point. Let me know what you probably let me know that in the comments. It's like, yeah, I kind of knew Francesco was going to betray Chick with your plot, or Chick was going to betray Francesco. Yeah, I know, right? But either way, after Chick leaves Francesco to race by himself, the Ice Crew and the Townies meet up and fight the Lemons after Holly throws Graham and Acer into a bar. Because, okay, some of the stuff is kind of changed around. I'll explain after this what I changed around here. But obviously they meet up, fight the Lemons, but then Chick shows up in mobile spheres to get everyone out of there before they can get beaten up. Chick is in a red sphere, Acer blue, and Graham in green. It's like, this is actually kind of a reference to the mobile sphere chase from G-Force. It's like, yeah, let's see the Cars 2 edition. Which G-Force actually came out 2 years before this movie, believe it or not. I think G-Force came out in 2009. But anyway, back to Cars 2. So basically, Chick has Professor Z in his sphere alongside Tubbs Pacer, who he still gets spray painted by Ramon, Victor Hugo, and many Black Gremlins and Pacers. And technically, you know what? Petrov. Yeah, Petrov, Tronkov would be in here too. Or no, actually he should be in there with Acer. Actually, we'll have him with Graham, because that makes sense. Because considering that Graham was really swapped in place of him. Acer has Vladimir Tronkov, who still gets the car boot, J. Kirby Gremlin, Alexander Hugo, and some Black Pacers and Tronkov. See, Vladimir did get a parking boot from Sheriff before they got in. And, yeah, a few other Lemons got parking boots on them too. Actually, the blue Gremlin, because you can see a blue Gremlin on the street, is like, he could technically join in with Acer. And then it's like, ooh, and then obviously the rest of the crew's with Graham. And they're being chased by all the cars from Ye Left Turn In that was released. That was like a Ye Left Turn In diecast line in 2015. So a few of those guys, a bunch of all the military people, so that means Sarge and Sheriff. And by the way, Sarge and Sheriff are chasing them too. Plus Finn and his crew, save for Holly and Mater. And, yeah, it's like, holy fuck. This is like a cops, military, spies against a bunch of crime lords chase scene. It's like, yeah, now this is an epic chase scene. Yeah. But obviously, Acer, he's chased by Finn, Wingo, DJ, Doug Speedcheck. Decided to just throw Doug Speedcheck in there because he was released in that 2-pack with Palace Danger Finn McMissile back in 2013, and then the Palace Danger Finn got released in 2020. If you didn't know that. So then, either way, Finn, Wingo, DJ, Doug, Brett Warner Wagon from Ye Left Turn In, Corporal Josh Coolant, who was in the British military, and some more military cops and bartendies. Alright, so it's like, this is going to be the biggest big chase scene in history. So it's bartendies, cops, military, spies, chasing after crime lords. It's like, that's already got to be epic enough. It's like, how do you get more epic than that? Yeah. So then Chick is chased by Boost, Smitty, Rod Redline, Sheriff, Siren Carberini, who's a police car, Andy Gearsdale from the military, M. Fredrickson from Ye Left Turn In, and other unnamed cars in the groups. And the rest of the crew chases after Graham. So it's like they're kind of like split in thirds. So it's like a third of the crew chases Acer, a third of the crew chases Graham, a third of the crew chases Chick. It's like, yeah. But they still managed to lose their pursuers. Right. Alright. Oh yeah, Graham loses his by going past a train. So basically they're chasing Graham and then Snot Rod, or someone would be like, oh, there he goes past the train. Damn it, the train lost him. Damn it, we lost him from the train. And then So then Boost tries to stop Chick with a Van de Graaff nuke, which is like a weapon in the Cars 2 video game. I don't know if it's actually called a nuke, but I just refer to it as a nuke because, like, if you get in last, it just fries everybody, makes them spin out. And Chick shoots at him, causing him to use it on everyone around him and letting Chick escape easily. So Boost is ready to fire the nuke at Chick, but then Chick shoots him and he's like, "God damn it, Chick!" And that results is like, and everyone gets their engines fried. And it's like, well, we lost them. And so they're still chasing after Acer, and he reunites with Grem even when Chick joins. They try to meet up with Tony Tryhall as Chick shoots down a few helicopters chasing them. Because, like, here, I'll just throw up a screenshot of the scene. As you can see, there are 3 helicopters in here. Chick manages to shoot them down before they get on the water. Because, by the way, Tony Tryhall still blows up. But then Chick came prepared and installed floating equipment on their mobile spheres. So Chick and the Lemons escape. Yep. Epic chase scene and the Lemons escape. Maybe you could technically have them complain about DJ's subwoofer being blown and Wingo's spoiler being cracked. Because, yep, you're probably thinking, how does, I mean, you're probably, I know, you might be a little bit triggered about this change and be like, Liam, why'd you change it so that the Lemons escape? It's like, duh. I put a lot of Grand Theft, it's like, Liam, you can't just put based on what you, it's like, are you just doing this based on what you do in Grand Theft Auto? It's like, well, I mean, because they decided to have it where, well, because obviously we need to defeat them in a way, because, so basically they escape, and by the way, Professor Z does not get tied up, and he does not lose his monocle when he gets pulled up by the magnet. So Tony Tryhall does, technically he does have his magnet, but Finn doesn't lose his machine guns on that magnet either. He only uses his bombs to blow up Tony before Chick and the others escape. So if you're following along after this, this would be the last appearance of Chick in the film. He would not be seen again. So they still had the Buckingham Palace, and they eventually, Mater and Lightning head there, but Holly follows from a distance, and Finn and the others eventually follow. And yeah. They confront Axelrod at Buckingham Palace, and Finn and the others catch up with Snot Rod and Hugh holding Axelrod in place, plus Mater. And here's like where this scene, it's like, it almost sounds like Mater just pulled everything out of his ass when he confronted Axelrod here. Because that's why, like, obviously Axelrod is pinned between him, Snot Rod, and Smitty. Or was it Hugh? Snot Rod and Hugh, yeah. So then basically Holly shows a picture of the engine. DJ pulls up all the info that they had gathered from all the stuff they did during the races. And it's like, yep, I have all the info right here. Thanks, DJ. And then they eventually, so then Axelrod ends up deactivating the bomb. But it's like, well, I mean, it is kind of dumb that Axelrod made it so that the bomb can only be deactivated with his voice. Or maybe just make it where they don't say it at all. It's like, because in the movie they say it can only be deactivated by the one who activated it, and obviously Professor Z didn't activate the bomb. So that's why I just had it scrapped where he tries to deactivate it. And then Axelrod is like, bomb deactivated. And by the way, make it where Axelrod does not put his name on the bomb. It's like, bro, why the fuck would you do that? But Axelrod still gets arrested, and Mater opens up Axelrod's hood to show the engine. And it's like, yep, that's the engine. See, even though it looks kind of different, it's because Axelrod actually had padding on his engine when it was shown in the photo. In case you were wondering. That's why it had different color. But Mater does not get indicted. Instead, the heist crew actually gets their cut for getting Axelrod arrested. Yes, they still get a lot of money despite only catching Axelrod. Well, I think you only need like the Kingpin or to receive a reward, and then basically Mater gets a share of the take. instead of actually getting knighted. Because Mater's not a British person, so technically that shouldn't have happened where he got knighted. And that... It's like, yeah. They head back to Radiator Springs, tell the stories, and here's where they give Mater his cut, actually. Finn and his crew show up while Mater's telling the stories, and I kind of scrapped that, where basically lightning doesn't get hit with the beam of the camera, so it gets destroyed before that can happen. And that means also Fillmore revealing that Sarge swapped the all-in-all with Fillmore's organic biofuel for not trusting Axelrod is also kind of left out too, so it's not mentioned. I mean, he still could technically do it, but it just wouldn't be said as to whether or not he did. And by the way, that Radiator Springs Grand Prix would still happen. With Francesco bonding with Lightning, much better than he did with Chick. And by the way, Mater still gets his weapons confiscated. And while they're saying their goodbyes and they invite Mater to come and he says no, have it where all the crew members, including the tuners, are already boarding steadily when he arrives. But Mater still keeps the rockets because that's kind of funny. And yeah. If there's any questions on what, you can let me know in the comments if I missed something and it's like, well, would this still be in the film or no? It's like, and I'll probably reply to you saying, yes, this would still be in the film, or no, this would be totally left out. But that's just how I would fix Cars 2 to make it good. And let me know in the comments how you'd fix the movie. Would you keep the plot the same, or because that's what I was trying to do here, keep the plot the same, and or would you just change the plot completely? Because it's like, no, I don't really want to change the plot completely. It's like, try to do it, because these movies already exist, yet here we are, with how shitty they are. So yeah, by the way, in case you're wondering, in the old Bad Movie Rewrite series, episode 2 was Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. So that will be next. But anyway, that's it for Cars 2, and I will see you on the next episode. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, and peace.